Hello, and welcome to Vlogmas 2024. I'm going to share what my plans are for Vlogmas. I'm going to share my advent calendars, and I'm going to share 3 advent patterns I have that are suitable for advent calendars or regular yarn. You don't have to use an advent calendar. And I have a discount for those 3 patterns, so I will share that as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you're new here, my name is Anniken. I design knitting patterns. I teach knitting workshops online and in person, and I sell yarn through our website YarnAddict.co.uk. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. So it's a very dull, dreary day today, and I came into my office after lunch and I had to turn the light on. I've now put my filming lights on, and it made it with the ceiling light a bit too bright, so I've switched the ceiling light off. So I just have my filming lights on. Hopefully that's a bit better. But it is horrible today, it's raining. It's not at all Christmassy. So let's start by talking about my plans for Vlogmas. So I have 3 advent calendars this year. One is only half of one, it's only 12 days. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to open that during the first 12 days or every other day. I'm not sure. It'll probably be the 1st or 12th of December, but I don't know. I have decided to do the same thing I did last year, and that is to post 2 Vlogmas videos a week plus my regular podcast on Thursdays. I know some people don't like Vlogmas videos, so if you don't like Vlogmas videos, then you can just watch the podcast every Thursday to keep on top of what I'm knitting and what I'm up to. And in the Vlogmas videos, I will try and film almost every day, but it just depends on what I'm doing. So I haven't got any huge plans for December. I have a couple of workshops that are festive workshops. They're called Festive Frolics. Some people will be doing Christmas decorations, some people will be doing other projects. It's at a knitting hotel, and the people who come for the whole weekend, but I'm only there for one day. So I've kind of given them a choice as to what they want to knit. Some of them have chosen one of my smaller projects, some have chosen to do like festive decorations. I'm planning some days out, probably mainly on the weekends, to mainly to local National Trust properties, because they tend to do Christmas displays and things like that. We did quite a lot of that last year and the year before and really enjoyed it. So we'd like to do that. We were going to go to one last weekend, but it was close because the weather was absolutely horrible last weekend. I think it's going to be a bit better this weekend, but I don't think it's going to be great. So, but I'm determined this weekend to try and do something. I'm actually filming this on the Friday, so Friday 30th of November. 29th of November, Friday 29th of November, because I want this to go out on Sunday the 1st. I'm filming it early just because I know that the weekend could be busy and I'm not going to have time to film, edit and everything else. So I'm filming this early. I will probably open my advent calendars like a couple of days ahead. So my plan was to post a video on Saturday and Tuesday. That's what I did for October. And I think that's what I did last year. But because 1st of December is Sunday, I decided to do the first one on Sunday. So do I stick to Sunday or do I do Saturday next week? I haven't decided yet. We'll see. So let's talk about my patterns first and my discount. So I have 3 advent patterns, or 3 patterns that have been designed especially with a yarn advent calendar in mind. Now if you don't have a yarn advent calendar, you can use any yarn for these. If you have like a mini skein set or a lot of mini skeins, you might be able to use those. It's up to you. One of the patterns is a new one. I'm not going to put it on because you won't be able to see it properly anyway, and it doesn't really go with the jumper I'm wearing. I've been to Pilates today, so I'm a new Pilates class, which is very hard work. So I'm wearing a different, I'm just wearing a sweatshirt of my workout gear. This is the Rainbow Dreams cardigan. It is knitted using my yarn advent calendar from Truly Hooked from a year ago. so 2024, I used 19 out of the 24 20-gram mini skeins. I used 19 out of the 24 20-gram mini skeins for this, and this is the largest size, and it comes in 3 sizes. All of them will take 300 grams if you do it in full skeins, but this one, the largest size, took 290, so the other 2 sizes will take a little bit less, but you need over 200 grams for the smallest ones, so I've just put down 3 skeins for each. So this one you can knit any kind of sock yarn, 4-ply, fingering weight yarn, so full skeins, partial skeins, leftovers, stash busters, mini skeins, anything. And this is a very simple lace pattern. It's knitted sideways in one piece. It's a double yarn over lace pattern, so it's fairly easy if you know how to do lace pattern. The second brioche pattern, which I designed 2 years ago, is a brioche pattern. So if you know how to do brioche, I wouldn't say this is a beginner brioche pattern. If you know how to do basic brioche and you're happy to start working with increases and decreases, then this isn't difficult. It's the same pattern that repeats throughout, so it's not, you know, difficult once you get the hang of it. But with brioche knitting, I think you need to get the hang of the basics first, so just plain 2-color brioche rib, and then start adding in the increases and decreases, which is what creates these beautiful patterns. And if you are new to brioche and you'd like to learn it this Christmas or in the new year, I have a successful brioche knitting online course, and I will make sure I link that below. So this one I used the Spectrum Fibre 12-day Advent from 2 years ago, so 2022. It arrived early, I think sometime in October, so I opened it straight away. Obviously I didn't share it, and then I started knitting straight away and managed to finish it in November and get the pattern ready for December. So this one I used 12 days. I think it may only be 10 colours in this one, I can't remember. And then for the second colour, because with brioche knitting you have a main colour and a complementary colour. For the complementary colour, I just used a plain solid grey yarn from Lang Merino 200. So if you have a 24-day advent calendar, you can use day 1 and 2 as the main colour and the contrast colour, and then day 3 and 4 for the main colour and the contrast colour, and so on. So it'll be a bit more variation. Or you can use just 12 of the colours and a solid colour. This is quite a big wrap, by the way, so you can make it smaller if you want to. I have a video on this. I'll link that video at the end and below this video. And then last year I released this pattern, which is the Botanical Yarns Advent Calendar from 2022. So this was all kind of semi-solid colours. Most of them were in the kind of burgundy, purple, pinkish colour scheme, and then there was like one set of blue ones. So it was basically 4 7-day fades. So it went from, I don't know, hang on, did I join them together in the fades? No, I didn't. I think I joined them together randomly, but it kind of went darker, lighter, lighter across the 4 kind of fades, if you like. I used all 20-gram mini skeins for this, so each square is a mini skein. I have a video where I talk about this pattern and I show you how I crochet the squares together. The squares are knitted. They are knitted from the center out, and you can make them any size you want. So if you just want to keep going, if you have like a solid or semi-solid color, just 1 or 2 or 3 big skeins, and you just want to keep going, you can just make one big square, or you can make lots of smaller squares and join them together. So I have a video where I talk about this more. I used all 24 20-gram mini skeins. I didn't use the full 20-gram because I allowed a little bit of a safety margin. And it's quite a good sized blanket to use as, you know, if you're sitting on the sofa, you want to just snuggle up under it. It's not big enough to be like a bedspread or anything, but you can easily just keep adding squares. So if you have lots of leftover yarns or mini skein sets or full-size skeins or a yarn advent calendar, or maybe 2 yarn advent calendars, you can easily make this, and you can make it as big as you want. And because you can keep adding to it, you could just knit some now and knit some later point and just keep adding them. So I think this is a very good pattern. And if a shawl or something wearable isn't your thing, I think this is quite a good alternative. So I'll make sure I link that pattern below as well. So all these patterns will be linked below. Get 25% off until the 15th of December using the code ADVENT24. I'll put the details on the screen and I'll put the details below, and I've linked all those patterns below. You can buy them on Ravelry or PayHip, and I will also link the videos for the poinsettia. Oh, this one's called poinsettia, by the way. Poinsettia and fantasy brioche wrap. I'll link those videos below. Last year I had a yarn advent from Yarn Unique. It was DK. It was my first DK advent calendars, and the theme was like neon, and it was definitely neon. And I decided to knit my poinsettia, but I used a 20-gram mini skein for each square, but they did end up, I had to do fewer rounds obviously than the original poinsettia, and the squares ended up slightly smaller. This is a slightly smaller blanket, and it is very, very bright. I think this yarn is a little bit too variegated to really look good in this pattern, because I think lace looks better if it's more semi-solid. So that's another thing to bear in mind when you think about what you're going to make with your yarn advent. What's the yarn like? Is it more kind of semi-solid, almost solid like that, or is it more variegated like this? Because that does make a difference. And I think if you're going for something lacy or very patterned, then semi-solid is better than something highly variegated like this. Let's talk about this year's advents and actually open them. So I have mentioned them on the podcast once or twice, as in what I'm actually doing this year in terms of advents. So this one is from the Discreet Unicorn. So if you have one from the Discreet Unicorn, you haven't opened it yet, fast forward now, or come back when you've opened it. So when you open it up, there is a tote bag with the Discreet Unicorn logo and name in silver on it. There's a, you see the unicorn there? So I love this colour, it's gorgeous. Really love Discreet Unicorn yarns. And then let me turn around, there's like tissue paper over the top. So I'm going to take that tissue paper off and get rid of it. And then they're all individually packaged into little rainbow parcels. So let's find day one. Looks like I've already opened it, but I haven't. But I think some of these didn't stick that well. So this is day one of the Discreet Unicorn. So this is DK. I can't remember if it's superwash merino or superwash merino nylon. But it's a sparkly superwash merino DK. So I need to double check exactly what the meterage is and stuff like that. I don't know whether this is a fade. We will see. But this is day one. So a really lovely green, really like that. I have some plans for this one, but I need to do some swatching to work out whether what I've planned will work. I may also wait a couple of days just to see how the colours work out. I'm actually thinking about doing a stranded colourwork pattern, and I need a contrast colour that contrasts well with everything. I actually thought the one I got up was a black one, but it's a navy one. But I have this yarn, which is Yaktagan Merino Cotton. I do have it in a black, and I thought I'd got the black one now, but this is actually navy. But I would use the black one, I think, because I think that would contrast. I can't imagine there being any black yarn in here. Thing is, if I go for, say, like a pink colour, and then there are several pinks in here, you've got to be careful with stranded colour work, because if your contrast colours pick up any other colours that are in your main colour, it will make the pattern blend and you won't get very good contrast. So I think black would be really good, and I thought this was black, but it's actually navy blue. So I am thinking about doing this. I haven't had time to swatch. I do need to do some swatching, so I might take the black ball of this downstairs with me tonight and do some swatching and have a think about it. I would like to do like a daily project that I can do a little bit every day and try to keep on top of it. And I was thinking the DK one might be perfect for that because the skeins aren't that big. The meterage is less than the 4x ones. And the second box is this one. It is from Cool Woolings. And this one I had only ordered like last minute. So I ordered this one in October. So the first time I've seen any of Cool Woolings yarns in person was at Yarndale. I'd seen them on social media, but I hadn't ordered anything. And I saw their stall at Yarndale and I thought, oh, they're really pretty. But I didn't order anything. I didn't buy anything. And then a week or two later, I think it was, I saw this posted on Instagram and I thought, oh, and there was an option to do a 12-day one. So I thought, I'm going to go for a 12-day one because I felt a little bit guilty going for a 24-day one. So if I go for a 12-day one, that makes me feel slightly less guilty because it's not as big. So it's a really good box with like a magnetic lid. So let's open that. And I'm really excited about this. So where is it? Do you remember this bag that I got in Norway on my recent trip? Came back a week and a half ago. You watched the podcast I recorded in Norway, so maybe 2 weeks ago. I was talking about this. It's a company called Oh Wow Amsterdam, and I wanted one of their bags for ages. They're not that easy to get hold of in the UK. Didn't want to order it from Amsterdam because then I would have to pay customs fees. And I knew there was a yarn shop in Oslo that sold this. I went there especially to get one of these. Love this size. And I was using it yesterday when I saw a friend, a knitting friend, and she said, oh, I really like that. Where do you get it from? So I told her and I said, well, they're not cheap. Because they're not. But I really like it. And I think she was a little bit surprised when she heard the price. But anyway, I opened this. And look what's in here. It's an Oh Wow Amsterdam bag. I thought this YarnAddict was just yarn. Maybe I read it, but I didn't remember that there was a project bag involved. But on one side you have the Oh Wow Amsterdam label, and then on this side you have Cool Woolings. So it's obviously made especially for the Advent. But it's the same size as what I've got, but similar kind of colour scheme, but different kind of dye job, if you like. So I'm really excited about that. I already knew this was in here because I opened the box when it arrived, and I did a little squeal when I saw this, and I think I was more excited about this than the yarn. But this, like the retail values of this is probably like nearly half the price of the actual Advent calendar, so I think that's very good value. Okay, so there is 12 of these boxes, and then there's a little pouch that says 12 on it. So I'm not going to open that pouch, but I will open day 1. I think I'm going to open this just day 1 to 12 of December, rather than do it every other day. I know some people do these as like 12 days of Christmas. I'm not waiting. It is an advent calendar, so I don't want to wait. And this time I got a sock yarn one, so I think it's a sparkly sock yarn one. Isn't that beautiful? That matches what I'm wearing, doesn't it? The theme is called Merry and Bright. I think that's what it says there. Merry and Bright, yes. And oh, there's a code here. It says it's a QR code and it says scan me. So I'll need to do that after I finish filming this. I don't know whether these are all like solid, semi-solid, or whether they're speckled or it's a fade or whatever. I don't think it's a fade, but I'm not sure. But it's the sparkly sock yarn. It's not like super sparkly. Wait, I can see the sparkles there. So I don't know what to do with this. I am thinking about a shawl. Doing a shawl out of 24-day one. This means you end up with a really big shawl. But I think the 12-day one is perfect for a shawl. But I haven't decided yet. I was thinking about maybe making this my daily project. But I think I want to do the DK one. So I'm going to put this back in here. And then do something with it in the new year. And number 3 is comes in a really lovely box for the love of yarn with a logo printed on it, and it's tied down with a ribbon. I know some of her boxes got damaged in transit, and mine was one of them. I know she said if you contact her she'd send out a new one. I didn't bother contacting Lisa because I'm not that bothered. The box is fine. If it's slightly damaged, it doesn't matter. So there are some extra stuff in here, and I'm going to open the extras now. So they're both covered with like a pink tissue paper. This is actually fiber. So this is a spinning one, and there is a little bag here that says thank you. So that's an extra one. So I'm going to open that now. So if you've got this advent and you don't want to open the extra, look away now. That's pretty. So the theme or the name of the advent calendar is called Tokyo Dreams, and it's got the, hang on, you see that? I don't know how you see it. 3 little stitch markers. They're very, very cute. I was going to photograph this, but it's got so dark outside now that I think I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow. And then it has a little fortune cookie. I'm not that bothered about fortune cookies, but I do like the stitch markers. They're very pretty. So let's open day 1. So 20 gram mini braid of fiber. I would like to keep up with this every day, but I do need to finish plying the yarn I've already spun. I got singles I spun in August, or finished spinning in August. I need to ply them before I can start spinning this, because I haven't got enough bobbins to not do that. And I don't know what I'm going. Oh, it's pretty. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It has 24 mini skeins, and then it has a full gram skein. So I assume that's a full braid. Don't know what colour that is or how it fits in with the others. I'm tempted to have a little peek. I don't know. I don't know whether to spin all the 20 gram ones, divide them in 2 and spin them onto 2 bobbins and then just ply them. If I knew how to do chain plying successfully, I would probably do that, but I've never done chain plying successfully before, so I don't know. But this is day 1. Very, very pretty braid, lots of purple, pink, a bit of white. I love that. It goes very nicely with the yarn that came in the Cool Woolings advent calendar. So that is really, really pretty. I broke the bag it was wrapped into, so I can't put it back in there, but I will put it back in here. I may take that downstairs with me actually and put it in my spinning basket. I may have to label these if I can't keep up my daily spinning, but we'll see. Yes, I'm very excited about having a spinning one, because I have been trying to get back into spinning this year, so I'm very excited about having a spinning one. Look out for the next Vlogmas episode on Tuesday, where hopefully I will have decided what to do with the DK advent, because I think that's the one I'm going to start working on. I'd like to do one during December and then one early next year. This year I left it. I knew what I wanted to do with that Truly Hooked one. I hadn't decided on a stitch pattern, but I knew what I wanted to do, and I left it all year, and it's been a bit stressful lately to get it finished on time, and I won't be doing that again next year, because I think that's just silly. So next year I do need to get it done earlier if I want to release the patterns. So spinning one, I will spin. That won't result in the pattern, I don't think. And the DK one I will start working on ASAP. I just need to do some swatching first, so I might try and do that tonight. That's it for today. Hopefully in the next episode I will have a little bit of Christmassy out and about in Cornwall to show you. Don't know what the weather forecast is like this weekend. I think it'll be better than last weekend, but I don't think it's going to be great. So we'll have to see what we end up doing. But hopefully I can show you something a little bit Christmassy from Cornwall, or a bit at least out and about in Cornwall. Plus obviously opening my advent calendars and what I've decided to do with that DK advent. Let me know if you've got any advent calendars this year. You get yarn ones, you get other ones. I don't get any other advent calendars other than yarn ones. I know people do tea and chocolate and different things. Not that interested. Don't drink tea. Yeah, chocolate one might be nice, but yarn advent is where I'm get most excited about. So that's why I've decided to stick with. So tell me if you've got any, or if you think they're a waste of time and money. Let me know. And also tell me if you like watching Vlogmas videos and what you'd like to see in my Vlogmas videos this year. Hopefully there'll be lots of knitting updates on what I'm working on, some out and about in Cornwall, and we'll see what else. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.